what? I may be happy because I can see the results. At least there is an increase in terms of the percentage.
Yes.
Right? I think it's 2.8 increase. But the sad part is, I don't think people talk about the hardship that the kids from the rural areas go through in order for them to reach this goal.
Look at that.
And the sad part is, you don't even see this on the news. Look at them almost drown away.
Yes. I think we're at a point whereby matric doesn't really mean that much anymore. It's like you have to actually now graduate and go beyond that point, because I don't think employers today are looking for somebody that just say, I passed matric.
Hi. Papa, welcome to the
Vichy podcast. Welcome. My name is Jen, and here today we have
Hunter Boy. When you see him in your hoodie, guys already know but you can call me Coach Lee.
Yes.
So
welcome to the Vichy podcast.
Yeah, boy, yes.
What an amazing second week of being here at home.
It's so nice, man. It's amazing.
Yes.
I'm feeling great. I love the energy.
The energy, the vibrancy in the city, the weather is incredible. So why not do another episode of the Vichy podcast?
Versus Zen, because ideas are flowing also.
You never seem to stop talking. What are we talking about today?
You know what? I may be happy because I can see the results. At least there is an increase in terms of the percentage.
Yes.
Right? I think it's 2.8 increase. But the sad part is, I don't think people talk about the hardship that the kids from the rural areas go through in order for them to reach this goal. Right?
Okay.
So as much as we are busy celebrating, but if maybe we can go back and realize about what are the hardship that people go through for them to reach this goal.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And maybe even some to a point about they die going to school. Because I mean there are kids that have to cross rivers.
Yes.
River that's full of water, but have to cross because of they need to go to school. They want to better their lives.
I mean, I was seeing this video here, which is very shocking. This girl trying to cross a river. Look at that.
And the sad part is, you don't even see this on the news. Look at him almost drown away.
Yes. I mean, I think the emotional trauma that one must go through having to actually experience something like that must be crazy.
And it seems like it's something that is normal also.
Yes.
It seems like it's just normal. You will be doing it from day one. So it's okay.
Is that why maybe it's not even reported?
I think that is also possible. So what we're gonna do, let's just gonna put this on the street so people can see for themselves.
Yes.
I think that is also possible. That's why they don't report it anymore.
Yes.
And then when it goes back to again to what is the government also doing, or what is the government doing when such things happen? Because I believe if you are working and you are working for example, you are a teacher. For sure, a teacher do report such things.
Yes.
Or also parents do report such things. So imagine you have to go to class, you have to concentrate, but you're wasting your cold.
Yes. Well, you just went under through that.
Already trauma.
That must be the scariest thing.
Exactly.
I can imagine just like having to, just try to cross a river or dam or something like that, and you fall in. That must be crazy.
Really. And go remember, you almost drown away.
Yes.
But you also go home again.
Yes.
So do you think do you have the courage or energy to even cross that river?
No.
And throughout London,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. And throughout London, you end up you're giving so much, doing so much, and let's say lucky enough because of your hard work you pass.
Yes.
The sad part is you pass and don't get a job.
Yes, that's true.
After everything that you went through.
But I think we're at a point whereby matric doesn't really mean that much anymore. It's like you have to actually now graduate and go beyond that point, because I don't think employers today are looking for somebody that just said, I passed matric and just like,
wow, what now?
What now? I think they're looking for far more now at the moment, to be honest.
Now that you mentioned, that is true, ne? And what I also realize is some let's say you're from the rural areas, right? You don't have any means.
Yes.
And maybe somehow you try to get in as fast, but you cannot get in as fast. Which means you don't even have money to move from from where you are
yes.
to the towns or
yes.
to the cities.
Yes.
You don't have means. So you're wondering about with everything that you have tried, but still no one is trying to meet you halfway.
Yes.
Even the government is quiet. The government is quiet.
Yes.
So which means as much as some people they are doing so well at school, but the government is also feeling in terms of meeting those people halfway. I think if let's say we as a government we care enough for our people.
Yes.
We go to school and then we check about which ones are the ones that are disadvantaged. Right? We know, okay, no, this one and they're doing well at school.
Yes.
And then say, okay, no, it's fine. What we can do is let's wait for matric results. And then when they pass, let's come back again, see how well they pass. And then probably we find ways on how we can help them be better in terms of okay, so what do I want to do? Okay, I want to move to the city. Okay, how about we invest this portion of money for you to move to the city? What do you think?
Well, what about then those students who are maybe not quite academically talented, let's say when it comes to physics, mathematics? What happens if they just want to be a soccer player, but they want to move into the city? Should government fund things like that? Should government fund programs where these are not almost like core things that drive the economy, but it's like
whatever you put, let's push what you put at.
Yes.
Then I think then even the people that are involved in terms of the sport, all right, the scouts, they're also feeling the community.
Yes.
Because they also feel the township because they don't go back to the township to scout.
Yes.
Right. So the only scout were in the cities where they live.
Yes.
So you don't go down to deep rural areas. So which means if we have no means to move out of where you are in the rural areas to the town, then it's hard that you're gonna be found.
Exactly. I think what maybe the country needs to invest into is social mobility, that you can be in a rural town but you can still access a city quickly. And I think that's the other challenge in Cape Town as to if you live, let's say, in Kalicha and you want to come into the city center in Cape Town, it probably takes you more than an hour.
Also,
which is a lot when you think about it. And where it's like, if a city can build an infrastructure where they actually, let's say, in 15 minutes you're within the city,
you are within.
That would really help quite a lot. You would drive a lot of young people seeking more opportunities in the city, I think.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Because most people are neglected, right? And even let's go back to the part of the matric results in terms of now that you mentioned about, let's say, Khayelitsha. So let's say, for example, now you stay in Khayelitsha, but now you are going to school in town. Even the distance that you have to travel for you to move from Khayelitsha to come to school in town.
Yes.
So which means if as much as the people that are in the rural areas are facing their own challenges, even the one that now are in township, but they have to travel from township to
a city
to a city for studying, because you need to wake up early.
Correct.
Right, and there's traffic.
Yes.
And sometimes you find that, but even when you get to the taxi, there's queue, or the buses are full.
Yes.
Or the trains are full.
Yes.
So it is there. These challenges that we have to face.
I mean, ideally, children should walk to school.
Ideally.
Yes.
That would be lovely.
Yes, you want kids walking to school. You want kids walking their kids to school.
Parents walking.
Yes. Oh, what did I say? Kids?
Say kids walking. Kids.
Well, I mean, kids are having kids these days.
Exactly.
Oh God.
Yeah.
No, you want parents walking their kids to school. I think you want to live in those kind of communities where you live is not so far from the school. And I think that's the challenge at the moment with regards to urban living, when people can live so far from where they actually go to school, and which I think is the case with so many young people today. You have young people who live in townships, in rural areas, but they have to travel so far in order to go to like maybe MLC school or private school, because it's not close to anywhere where they live.
I remember from the rural areas, I think we talk about 30 minutes to school.
That's not bad.
Monday to Friday, 30 minutes to school. All right, and some they even walk more than that, 30 minutes. So which in game where now you already face all these challenges throughout the way to school. So we can't give 100% consideration
Yes.
because of what already went throughout India. So which is one of the things that talking about. And then you come to the cities. If you live in the city, just walk to school. And maybe because I don't want to say if you, as much as you have the facilities, right? If you're in a private school, as much as the facilities, but there's no guarantee that you will do better.
Yes.
But then imagine if everyone can be given the equal opportunities to be in those situations.
Yes.
Because there are people from the rural areas, people from other towns that are doing even way better than people who are in private schools.
Correct.
But then again, imagine if they had the facilities, how much would they?
True.
Yeah,
but I think that's the whole idea why people go to private. It's like they're paying for all these things so that the children themselves can get the best opportunities out there, given their own ability, and I think that's what you find with all these different schools having different products to actually really offer, as opposed to a government school. You just know this exactly what a lot of children will get. But you still have schools, government schools, that parents are involved in those schools, the community is involved in that school. Those schools are also doing really well. Those schools are really good when it comes to sports and sort of like their academic performance. And I think we need more of that. We need more schools that are government-owned public schools where parents are involved and the community is very involved itself. Those are the kind of schools we need to really champion for.
And I think also being honest enough, I remember, Tina, when we were still young at school, we were forced to participate in sport. We were forced.
Okay.
Sometimes even beaten, but no, we know you can run, so go run. Right? So, which we were encouraged to participate.
Yes.
But I think also these days, I'm not sure if we as students, when I say we as students, right, we lost interest in terms of sport or we don't care about those things anymore. Because there were days where we know these days, sports days.
Yes.
So everything that we encouraged at school. So are these things still encouraged at school these days, or teachers or students don't even care about that anymore?
When last did you go to school?
That was in 20 school was in 20. When did I do my trip? 2013.
Oh no, I mean like when last did you just walk into a school?
No, it's been long. But I've seen that they still do here.
They do a lot
but it's a private school.
Yes.
So it's a private college.
Yes.
Something about the public one. Because I remember when I got in Cape Town, when I went to high school, there was nothing. It was nothing serious.
Yes.
It was nothing serious.
Okay.
Right? So if even the students also these days can also be willing to participate. Even to a point, even where I'm staying now in the rural areas, we even encourage, because normally we will play every Friday, every first of January each year. So it's the guy that stays versus the guys that are coming from holidays. So we'll do that.
Okay.
But these days it's even hard to do those things because we're not serious.
Yes.
Right. So we're not serious. So I think as much as we can do the blaming game, if we're doing a blaming game, I think what you're saying is if everyone can come together, then this thing can go very, very far.
I think so too.
But we are city. If we're saying mostly is private schools mostly are better than the government-owned schools, the question is why? Because the government is making so much money.
Well, I mean, the private sector pumps in so much money to make sure that those kids get educated. The parents pay that amount of money to have their kids educated. If you pay for your kid to get education somewhere, you know why you're taking them there, and that's what you're expecting. Whereas I think when it comes to government, I think, I think teachers, are they incentivized to making sure that your kid gets the best education? What benefit do they get?
That's true. But there are some teachers that go all out.
Because they're passionate about it.
That's the thing.
But that's the thing in life. It's like even in government, I'm sure there's people that every day they put everything in. They're passionate about their job. And there's some people they're just not. They couldn't be bothered. Right?
That's why I'm going to you love your job so much and you're putting all the work.
Yes.
But then You're not being recognized also. But okay, no, you're doing great. How about we promote you to do something so that you can keep going. Okay, no, we say, okay, no, you're encouraging your kids. You visit their homes. So how about we say, okay, maybe let's throw in more books, for example.
Yes.
Right? Okay, no, let's give a computer to that school.
Yes.
Because you can see the teacher is going all out. Because the point of sometimes if public school have to suffer to get textbooks, what is that? Does that even make sense?
Well, I think that's the Department of Education problem.
Yeah, why don't you go everyone?
Yes.
Everyone. So okay, which means let's go to a private school now. Let's say if a private school the owner, let's say maybe it's one person who owns the school.
Okay.
So does that mean this person makes sure that everything it's working out as promised?
Yes, remember a private school is a business. So if a business is there to make money, if that school doesn't get the 100%, it won't get the customers who are the parents who are paying, right? So if you're gonna run it as like a business, your customers must be satisfied at the end of the year when their kids get 100%. If the kids don't get 100%, then they won't come.
Okay, they will say, okay, no, then you're losing.
Yes, because it's like if you're gonna be paying almost, did you see those fees?
Like almost half a million.
If you're gonna be paying $500,000, I'm sure the report card must look so good, right? You can't you must just be 90s all the way.
Distinction.
Exactly.
So we don't get OT. If public schools can find a way to benefit the government, I'm not sure how to put it, then the government or whoever, the Department of Education will be serious.
Remember, private schools, they're there because they have to make money, right? Public schools, they're funded by the government. Their job is to educate the masses of the society.
Okay, so that's their job. But doesn't that also help in terms of, okay, no, well, if these kids are doing so well, that can somehow end up doing what? Growing our economy as South Africans. Yeah, but in a way, it's an investment.
Absolutely.
But they don't care about their investment. As long as the end of the day, they can come and say, okay, no, you're doing great, but they did nothing to put in the work for you to make sure that you are shining.
Well, think about it this way. If South Africa was 80% full of educated people, let's say they were degree holding and all of that, right? It would be one of the most educated countries in the world, right? But you have to ask yourself, do government want educated people?
The answer is no. No. No, the answer is no. I don't think they do want.
Exactly. So then why
must I invest so much in terms of?
Exactly.
No, it makes sense.
Those are 20s.
They can,
when they get to 20, they'll say to the government,
but this is nonsense. This is the time is up.
The time is up. So that can be another way of looking at it.
Which I believe that's the one that makes more sense in terms of, okay, no, if we're gonna focus more on these guys are gonna come, they're gonna take over, and that's what we want.
Yes, what you want is educated, just select a few, and then just balance everything out. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Much easier like that.
Now that makes sense. Then I think we can move on to the next point, because now you
it's getting too hard.
Is it? These are the topics that makes you that makes your heart, your blood boil.
Yes, when you talk politics, you have to always be careful.
That's why I don't like politics sometimes.
Okay.
Again, I don't think what we're talking about is politics. I don't think we're being political. Yeah. Yes. I think we just need to want to understand and want to understand about social issues. We want to understand. So now, let's say now we have these students that are passing, are doing great. Do you think maybe parents are involved in terms of helping, in terms of homeworks, or can they go out of their way?
I was talking to some moms in Limpopo, and they were saying how difficult it is for them to even access anything online. So what that means is, like, if government is creating anything for parents online, already it's like that percentage of people in rural communities,
Yeah,
like
they're already
you're
out.
already excluding them
Out.
right from those resources. And on top of that, because of those parents they can't read and write in English, right? So, and that becomes a problem as to how do you then help your child with homework.
And again, you have to do your research. You don't have a library.
Yes.
And sometimes you don't have even a data. And sometimes all the pieces do homework, home load shedding.
Yes.
You have to go back to a candle.
Yes.
And some don't even have electricity. Some maybe don't even have electricity. They're still on the candle.
They have more struggles today.
Yeah, exactly today, but
did we have less struggles?
I think it was understandable that during those days.
Okay.
Because it was those years. But now, I mean, it's like 28, 30 years later, but still the same struggle for some people. Like, it makes no sense.
Even more.
Or even more, exactly, because of how life it is today. So it's even more difficult.
And that's the challenge, I think, when you look at ever since 1994 until today. It's like all those years for even somebody that was born in 1994, probably nothing has changed. It's become maybe even worse for them, right? And I think that is a problem on its own.
And again, the hopes were here. The hopes were here.
Where are the hopes now?
And the hopes are like here now.
Okay.
And you don't even know who to trust anymore. But that's also one challenge.
Your hopes are lower. Are they lower for South Africa or the government or what? Because those can be also two different things.
I think they are lower for South Africa, for government, for whoever, if you can see nothing is happening and there's no hope of things happening.
Okay.
Right? It's like in a relationship. In a relationship, all you say, I'm gonna be better. But the person is doing the same nonsense. But no, baby, forgive me, it's the last time. Right?
Yes.
Again, baby. Yeah, but then when you're about to break up, you go on your knees. Please, please, baby, please.
Okay.
Yeah, but so it's like the same thing, every time it's like getting worse. I'm just gonna go down on my knees to say, okay, no, please trust me for the last time.
Okay. So that's what the government is doing.
That's what the government is doing.
Oh God.
That's what the government is doing. No, please,
no, this time you break up with the government.
and just look.
It would be like once and for all. No, I can't fall for this act.
I can't, not anymore.
Yes.
That's why again the advocate if people can come together, can work together. Yes. I don't think we'll ever need the government. In terms of infrastructures,
yes,
we come together, work together. Never. That's why even now most people that live in these cities, right, in their private land, they get nothing from the government.
Yes.
But they come together. They have their own security. They have nothing from the government.
Yes, and I mean, I think how do you do that at the moment in South Africa? You do have some people who are living off grid, right? They solar.
Exactly.
They farming, they literally living off grid, and that is quite a big thing. And I think if you can achieve that, that's really great. Actually, you don't depend on the government.
Never ever. Yeah. And then you see who are they gonna lie to? Yeah, because now I don't come to you with what I'm promising you.
Yes.
But I'm coming to you because of I'm talking bad about this person. Then what are they promising me?
Yes.
Hey, you are saying you love me and your partner is doing this and this, but what are you gonna do for me?
Yes.
That my partner was not doing.
Yes.
Or how are you gonna fix whatever my ex was doing? Don't come to me and talk about your ex is doing this, but we're not what are you gonna do?
Yes, exactly.
Solutions. That's what them nice in terms of politics, but it's just people just playing mind games with us.
Yes.
Playing mind games.
Some politicians are in all of this to make money. It's business for them. Politics is business.
I don't understand that's the most. I think every politician. That's the most. Okay. I don't understand. I think because if it was most in it, I'm gonna say okay, at least a certain area is better.
So none of them are really passionate about helping the society function.
Hell no. Okay. I mean, if that would be the case, Right now, we're not gonna be talking about parents who are struggling to help their kids with homework.
Yeah,
if they're in certain areas.
Yes.
Because as much as we say whoever is in charge, but remember, there are things that are called what, 2, what, 3.
Mm-hmm.
So which means some parts are in charge of whatever.
Yes.
But then if those words are also not being taken care of,
Yes.
then everyone is the same.
Yes, but some counselors actually look after their wards.
Have you ever seen that?
I think
maybe on social media where someone says, okay, no, they did this.
No, but I think there's some neighborhoods in South Africa where the councillors really do their job. You don't see a pothole. You don't see litter. You just don't see so many things happening.
Okay, I would agree to disagree because I haven't seen it, and until I see, okay, then I would say, okay.
I'm sure the president lives in one of those wards.
Then you see what I mean?
Yes.
Then you see what I mean?
Yes.
So only if it benefits me, then I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they're saying. So that's why I'm saying that they're all the same.
Yes.
They're all the same. So which is if Nyandi as a community can come together, then we to a point of we have a library.
Mm-hmm.
We have a library. And so that the parents can go with their kids to the library, maybe on weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, no. Okay, Mama, I have this homework, or aunt, or whoever, I have this homework. Mm-hmm. Okay, ma'am, let's go to the library. Let's do this together.
Yes.
Right? And also trace the bond between you and your child.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
So if you know, but you come home and even your parent can't help you with homework, and honestly, don't even have nowhere to go because there's no library, there's no internet, there's nothing. But we come and celebrate about, the kids are doing so much. Correlation to your 2.8. But what do you do to make sure that they get their 2.8?
Yes.
Nothing.
That's true. Yes, because it must be also very challenging for the child to not have that kind of help at all. How do they learn? How do they get information? Kids need a lot of information all the time.
Exactly.
And if they don't have access to that, that's a problem.
And it's also a problem for South Africa. It's a problem for the economy, which is why we have done so much and your results are looking so good, but you have nothing in terms of what you went to school for.
Yes.
That's why why I think most people also just afraid. I think that's why most Abanya Bandu they end up going to tribe because honestly are depressed, which I don't condone.
But that's not an excuse.
That's why which I don't condone.
Yes, that is not an excuse. As to they should actually reduce to crime because then that becomes a problem as to then everything then is you live like now in a crime state.
Have you seen what is happening in the townships? Every day people are killing each other. Every day.
It's crazy.
And then let's talk about law and order. If we are saying all these things, but we do not address them, we have minister of police, right? As it was live, there's proof. There's social media. There's proof that this thing is happening.
Yes.
I can say that I'm a plate of the car that committed this, but then we tell them back. You are saying these things, but you are doing nothing. But now the proof.
But that's the thing as well, right? Because the country is becoming such a very criminal state. Yes.
Messy.
What about then us as citizens, right? It's like in our communities that we live in, maybe we do
patrol or what?
Yeah, like a walk in the afternoon.
They're doing that in Langa. In Langa, that's what they're doing in Langa.
Like if I see maybe the security guy that's working here, maybe if I can maybe buy him some coffee to just say thank you for looking after the neighborhood. If I see maybe litter, I'm gonna pick it up. All those kind of little gestures I think are important, and it helps in terms of I think being part of rebuilding the country and having to play your part in every small role, because what I do in this area, somebody does it in another area, and then it becomes more of a placebo effect whereby we're all proud of playing our role in the country, because at this rate, no.
That's why I'm saying there's no hope.
Yes.
Because if I'm telling you, very, very soon. Because if you're even we should be believing Kubo or we should be reporting to them, it's just like
Yes,
Then
yes,
who do we run to?
yes, exactly. Those offices where you put your trust in are not there
They're
anymore.
not there.
Yeah.
Then when it goes back on back in the rural areas, there is situation where the parents can't help you because when you have a library and also network of change of network. And now you're in the township, right? Which means you can't even walk to the library because you might be in a situation where you are being shot
Yes.
or you are being someone to mark you.
Yes, I mean, it's very dangerous for young people living in townships, really.
Yeah,
it must be very scary.
It must be.
Yes.
And which is every day because you can't go out. If you got to make sure that
now imagine growing up like that, having that
it
kind
messes you.
Yes.
And the one who game in the role models as because the only thing that you see is this what is happening here. It's what you see.
Yes.
So that's why it's easy for some people to end up being into with crime because that's the only thing that they say. Because what I know is, if you remember what we talked about last time, is about when somebody make it, they move out of the township.
Yes.
So which is going with no role models
yes.
to learn from. So which is the kids who are exposed, learn that is happening.
Correct.
So
the people that have made it from there are not there.
Are not there.
Yes.
So kids think about this is the only life that we can exposed to.
Yes.
So which is younger land compared to the towns where everyone is just you can press your phone at 12 about the cares.
Exactly. Yes.
So there's a gap. So big a gap.
Yes.
It's so big a gap. As much as you celebrate students for winning, we should also look at the challenges that they have to face for them to be where they are.
Yes.
And acknowledge that. And after acknowledge make plans, but what can we do to make sure that it's better compared to always we just jumping as a government? But
yes.
No,
and did you see how even some of the kids' names are not properly pronounced?
If that's also not a problem.
And I think that's a challenge. I'm not good at pronouncing people's names.
But if you're at that level, that's why you should take 3 days of time to learn to pronounce the names.
Oh yes, absolutely. I give you that. But I do know that living in a country like South Africa where there's like 11 official languages. I mean that's a lot. And it's like knowing almost to pronounce everyone's name with a similar tone in that language, wow, it must be quite a very interesting thing.
That's why again we need to look at, we don't just hire, we need to look at if can you, not for the sake of, okay, we know you, we know your father was a good guy to us, but we'll bring you over. So if we can work with us in Jalo, of if, okay, no, we're going to take you because of
you're good at your job.
Your credits, good at your job, then they will come off. Not because of I know your father. No, I know your mother. I know your grandma.
Yes. But that's the whole idea as well, like behind also building businesses and supporting one another. We have to support your business because it has a good service or a really great product. And not just it's you.
No, it's you then. So let's just pumping.
Yes, exactly. It's more like the product and the service itself must speak for itself, and that's why you have to get a retain of customers. And that's why I said to you earlier on, those schools, they know they must produce 100%.
Then they know about
otherwise every year they'll just get more people saying, I want to put my kids into that school. It's much better that way. Yeah.
It makes sense. Anyway, so now that the kids are winning, right? So kids are winning, they've passed, and then maybe some of them might get a job, might get jobs, right? So maybe some of them might not exactly. Maybe the first one, the female also to get a job. Now let's talk about to go to varsity. Let's say maybe now you're busy at varsity, then maybe get a piece job so that you can be able to sustain yourself. And then maybe at home you're proud, but okay, no, you've made, and maybe call it home. Hey, auntie. Hey, mommy. Hey, daddy. You know what? At least now I got a job. Even though I'm still studying, or maybe after Matric.
I would advise not to make that call.
I wonder why I'm calling myself.
Oh my God. Why would you make that call to the whole family?
I mean, because you are here at that moment. Right?
That's the day you are changed.
Okay, let's dive into that.
Oh my
let's
God.
dive into that. Let's say now you made this call because we're excited. We're here, finally got a job for the first time.
Yes.
Right. Okay. After Matric, you could not go to varsity because of finance.
Mm.
Then you ended up getting a job. Now let's talk about to a point where you are getting this money. Okay, no, let's say you're not living at home. Let's say you're living in a town, right? Or you're living wherever. Now you're getting this money, né? But you can go in a position where you're getting a call every month about, hey, we don't have sugar.
Yes.
Hey, we don't have electricity. How we don't have this? How we don't have this?
Mm-hmm.
Now let's dive deep into that. But you just got a job and you're new to this job life, right? But in this situation, you're getting abazali or your guardian or whoever, they're calling you every 2 seconds. But no, we don't have sugar. How we don't have this? We don't have that. So
I told you to not make that call.
Don't make that call. Don't
make that call. What do they say about working in silence? And then let the results just show.
Just talk of themselves.
They just talk for themselves. Because once you make that call, the aunt is going to call you and tell you her problems. Your cousin, your niece, your nephew, everybody is going to tell you every problem they have. Everybody has a problem. And those could be genuine problems themselves, but they're just now looking almost towards you to sort of like help them without understanding even your financial standing in life, because you could be paying bond, paying for your car, your own
travel expense also,
all those kind of things. And it's like your life in a city is so expensive that they think, oh, you're getting so much money, but then all the money that you're earning, probably 80% of it is finished just on that payday. It's just debited. And then you get to 20, and then they expect you to
from this, and then you have to send back. Which I can do. And sometimes once you are facing these changes. How about you're working? Oh no, you now you're old. Now you're working. I took care of you, but you don't even say thank you. You're working because of me, right?
Oh, you can say thank you.
I think thank you must be something that is visible, not just with your mouth. So you must say every man, thank you, thank you. Which is why I call it like black text. That's on playing by black text. I think for me,
how different is it from the is it the blessing at church?
I think that's the same thing. Because if you remember back in the days, at the church, if it didn't matter how much money you have, even if you have 10 cents, you even if you have 1 cent in the days, it was not just 2. But these days, you have even. I remember I went to this other church. That was in 2017, I'm not sure. I was showing us a speed point. I'm like, these guys mean business.
Okay.
Speed point the church.
Exactly.
Speed point. Because which means if you have a speed point, which means you're in a situation where you don't expect him to, because I don't think anyone can be able to just what do you call tap 12 rand exactly 10 rand, which is must be something like 100 rand from up. That's when you can tap. I don't think there's no other good. So I was like, church these days, so much more.
Others put a check.
Put a check. But then again, why you have to say no? This money is for God, but it doesn't go to his account.
Oh my God! But for the church.
For the church. Yeah, for them.
Remember, a church also requires a lot of maintenance.
So church like the private school.
Church
it's a private school.
It's a business.
Like a private school.
It's a business.
Like a private school.
Well, the church says everybody can come in.
But you need to pay.
No, you don't need to pay. You can donate.
Okay. So which means you are covering this thing as donations, even though you know people are paying you.
But you don't force people to come. People are coming.
Okay.
You're not forcing people to donate. People just donate from their own givings. They decide as to how much they want to give. If I feel like, well, I want to give 5K, I'll give 5K. If somebody wants to give 5 rand, they must give 5 rand. And if somebody doesn't want to give and they don't have money, they don't want to give, they don't judge at the church.
Okay.
Yes.
So what if I'm in the church, and the pastor is paying. Hey,
Yes.
Jesus Lord doesn't accept 100 rand. Has to use 500 up.
No, those ones are shady. How would they say that?
Okay, so you're saying not all churches are the same. Churches are
Yes.
different, but there are some churches that honest, like, okay, no, it's up to you if and how much you wanna donate. But there are those that say no, you need to donate this much, and it's a must for you to pay.
Then I think those ones are just shady. I don't think I'll go to a church like that.
Yeah.
Where they tell me what's the minimum I should be giving. No, I should actually think I'm not even giving. I should just give because
I feel like, yeah,
I feel blessed. And
the service was too nice.
The service was too nice. I enjoyed it, you know, and I felt generous. And I know it's going to a good cause. But just saying, oh, the minimum is this,
then that's
red flags. Yes, it feels like I'm now pushed into buying something. I'm not coming to church to buy something.
But I'm just here for...
Yes, to receive the word of the Lord.
Which I think that's why I'm now rather stay at home and then pray at home.
Yes.
Because I don't think there's I think maybe personal
I scared the pastor might make you tap.
Like no. Can you please add my... I saw on social media. I see you please write podcast. Yeah, because maybe there's something.
The pastor will like, it's your boy.
Yeah, it's your boy. We know your boy have more money than but we're pastor. Yeah, but so that's why when it comes to religion, it's a black text.
Yes.
If you are being forced to pop out money every month, but even though you don't check about when, if you are giving it willingly, then it's not black text because giving out of your willingness, out of your good heart. Because okay, no, this month I have so much left, and I just wanna give back at home.
And I think some people are like that. Some families are. It's like they coerce you, like, oh, give us this, give us this, give us that. And some parents, I think, they're just okay. When you give them, they're grateful. When you don't, they're still okay. You know, so I think that's what you want. But I think the challenge comes to having to almost be the first.
So all their hopes are on you, but we are the first one.
Yes, because like now, suddenly everybody feels like they're gonna. Also, you must help them in order for them to also do better. And I think that's maybe sometimes the challenge because it's as if like you become the parent or the person who's financially taking care of all these people. And then I think that can become a challenge from a very young age.
And which is what is even more saying, they keep quiet. Listen, you understand about maybe they really need the money, let's say whatever, right? But the challenge comes then when they know about you getting paid on the 10th, but they call you straight on the 10th. But no, please, I don't have sugar. But I mean, they know about you mostly when you have money, you budget, right? You budget about okay, so for next month I'm playing this and this and this, so I'm gonna be left with this much. But imagine if I'm gonna come to you, they think I'm getting paid, okay, no, please, I need this much money, blah blah blah. And which I think also can go as someone who just started working. I think also it's up to us to say, you know what, teach them.
Yes.
But okay, no, at the moment, this is where I'm standing with everything else. And please, if you need my help, can you please call me a month before so that I can see if I can work around my budget. Because I'm not going to be in a situation where you're in debt. Yes. Because you want to impress these people that don't know about how is your life at this moment.
Yes.
Where is your money going?
Yes.
So I think nothing, if we're in a position where we can stand up for ourselves, you're like, okay, no, man. If I'm not going to talk, about every man going to come back to me and say, okay, no, this, about, which you know, when you are working, but you don't see where the money is working, you're working for other people. You can't even enjoy yourself. You can't even take care of yourself.
I think that's the burden of like when you're almost the first. Because then everybody's just really looking towards you to almost like help them in all that kind of situation. And I think that's where like sometimes some people can feel like this emotional abuse or it's a curse. Whereas I think in reality people just expect that you will help them when you are doing well.
Which I can also which I feel like entitled because I can't expect you, but the expectation about okay, no, if Dan is working definitely going to take care of me. But didn't say that, which is I'm feeling entitled because why? Because I'm a brother, because I'm a sister, because I'm a father, because I'm an aunt. Entitlement not there.
I think brothers and sisters, your people in our families have different kind of expectations that we maybe not aware of, and I think those expectations are very subtle. They're not overt expectation like, oh, I expect you to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think it's sort of like it's expectations that just go without saying. It's like, oh, it's my brother. He bought, let's say, pizza. Oh, we're all gonna have pizza, of course, And I think those are sort of like little gray lines when it comes to family and money, and when you have to be almost like the first one, sort of like get out of that kind situation.
So they look up to you, you're the one gonna take care of everything else.
I think so. I think they have that expectation, which makes it very difficult for you to perhaps navigate this new environment as to when you have these expectations from different people, how do you then manage it?
Then it's time for people to sit down, especially if we're exposed to and then before you move to the city, people work, or even before you get a job, and then you sit down with your family, then okay, guys, this is what and what and what and what. Say, can you please allow me just for a year, just to work and figure things around? Then whenever I feel like okay, now things are coming together, then maybe guys, I didn't forget you. Then maybe I can just come back whenever I feel like. I think that would be the best way to go about it. But again, you tell your job if you don't understand.
That's like saying, let me go enjoy the candy first, and I'll come back.
Then at least I'm coming back with. But at least your end.
We were here with you throughout the struggle with you.
That's why yes, I understand. But if I'm gonna be in this situation, but you don't allow me to explore, then maybe I can even come with more. But if whatever I have you want to take, whatever I have you want to take, then I want even to draw what I'm trying to build up. So allow me to build, then I can come back home with something that is stable.
Yes, but remember a lot of people that live in poverty, they don't think from a lot of long-term perspective. It's almost like hand to mouth. It's almost like, what are they going to eat tomorrow? That's what's important. And that becomes sometimes really challenging as to we can't leave you to go have that candy by yourself. We're going to have that candy with you from the start until the end. Yes.
Which means when now you have all these bills that you have to pay, and mostly if maybe it's built from your areas, they don't have any bills to pay. There's no rent, there's no maybe the only thing is electricity that you have to pay monthly. There is no water, exactly. So everything is just here. So when I tell you about before, I know they were making means, but before I was working, where did you get the money? So which means that's why I'm saying about if they can at least allow me allow me to do as someone just started working, right? Allow me just to do all these things, because it's gonna be said about then you are working, but you can't even buy yourself your underwear. Because why? Because you have nothing left, because everything that you have to pump back at home. You are working, but then you have to borrow money to go to work the next day because you have to send the money home. So if you're more, that's what I'm saying.
Where's the self-care and all of that?
You can't even take off yourself.
Yes.
That's why I want to say, if at least when you say you understand, then you can have a call or maybe during holidays you go home, right? You talk to them, okay, this is what I'm facing. Can you please? Just for me, because right now I don't even know how money to get home, because I didn't even have money to come back home. I have to borrow money. So imagine if I'm working, but I have to go through younger because I always have to think about you. I didn't forget about you, but then at least just to work this thing out at least for a year, and then from there I didn't forget about you. Then I think if you're working this one, then you understand where we're coming from. Then you understand each other. Then that's where the window is gonna come into place. Parts that are gonna come together. But if first time he comes seven, but already spending so much, then it's a no.
It's a no.
It's a no. And then we don't even if we're spending so much, but you always calling me on the day that I'm getting paid.
I
said one. You don't even call me a month before so that I can add to my budget.
Yes, yes.
So I think as the students that now just finished studying, they're gonna go to varsity or gonna go study for work. Well, I think that they should look into and talk with their family. Even if at the moment their family don't do that because you're not working, so you don't understand if it's happening. But you know, just to prepare them, sit down with them, you talk with the family, you're in one page, and then you understand each other.
Yes.
So you can take of yourself also. Very important.
So here you are, first day of pay, you have your thousands of rands in your bank account, and then what must your family say?
No, we understand. It's just saying to work. So let's give him or her a chance to figure things out, right? Let's say, and then we see how it goes, right? Let's just give him space. We understand just like working, and then this place is new from the city and everything else. So let's just give them just a space to figure how things are, and then we'll see.
Yes. Okay.
And then even alive, it's not even up to them if they must give me space. It's up to me because it might will help me. I think England that's why it started about. I helped you, so you must help me.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is not the government who have to vote for you because you made promises. Yeah, but so
okay. Then go on.
So you know, but give me some time to figure things out. Help them, and then whenever I have whatever I can manage to salvage from whatever is left, I can always, you know, here's how is electricity this month? Here's 50 rand for electricity, and also I think you change your. But if I'm starting to give you money because maybe I've extra. If I don't give you money, you look at me like, oh, okay. Oh, now you're starting now. Now you're starting. Don't give me money anymore. So it is all other things.
Yeah.
Because
so
now
he's already entitled to it.
Already entitled.
Okay.
So because now I'm giving you money because I was having this much extra this month, and then the next month I don't give you, feel like now you've changed.
Yeah.
About so other things that about that
changed.
Now you have changed.
Yes.
Yeah. Now you are living the city life now.
Where's the e-wallet that I used to get?
Exactly. There's no
yeah.
So
I
that's
get
the
a pin from you this month.
And then the sad part is people even playing with your man. That's the sad part. Okay, no, my son is giving my son of my twin is giving me this much money every month. They now end up making plans with your man. That's not a payment.
Yes.
It's me saying whatever I'm saying at that moment.
Yes.
Right. So you can't be making plans with someone's money.
And I think that's where the challenge comes in because we have so much commitment around families, friends, and people relationships with. It's sort of like how to then get to a point where you say, this is my self-care routine. This is me as a man taking care of myself. How do we even get to that point of conversation as an individual? Because everybody just can mentally exhaust you. You know, when somebody's just asking for money. Oh, you changed. Oh, this. Yeah.
And now let's say we're younger, so we also need money to take, especially as gents. I think what the one people that we neglect ourselves so much, self-care, we neglect so much. You had to say a guy does manicure, pedicure, facials.
Yes.
So to a point, there were some of us who wear the same underwear for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and some of us even some of our underwear have holes. And you know,
okay, guys.
And in a way,
get your underwear, please. Get your underwear.
And in a way, it's normal for us guys. We made it normal. That's why then it's very important. But we take care of ourselves. As a Gents. Yes, but I'm the first priority. My first income is for me to take care of myself.
Yes.
Like I endorse so much throughout the month. Let me just take out, get a massage. Let me go to HS Closet and get myself a new underwear. Let me do some pedicure, manicures. So you can enjoy your money, you relax, right? So there's so many ways to enjoy your money, but I believe more in terms of taking care of yourself. But self-care is very, very important.
I mean, when you see, does self-care also mean like when you also see your family happy? Let's say you maybe do a bra for your family. The fact they're happy is also self-care for you.
It's self-care if it doesn't affect me negatively.
Okay.
So it's self-care if I'm happy, they are happy, but not on my expense.
What do you mean by that?
So again, if for them to be happy, they need something from me, and I feel like it's a must for me to give them that thing that they need to for them to be happy. So that's what I mean. So which is in that way again, then it's not really self-care if it's gonna affect me in a way. Let's say again, if you're my family, né? You want to be happy for you want to drive my car, so that's the only way for you to be happy. Right?
Okay.
So but if for them I'm here, but I'm thinking about what if you get me an accident? What if this happened? What if that happened? Then I don't think I'll call that self-care. As much as my family is happy, but then in a way it does affect me negatively. I'm not sure if that makes sense.
Yes, yes.
But, so in that way again, as much as but
okay, because I mean some people will say, oh no, I just love seeing my family happy. And the fact that they just see their family happy, it's almost like they're happy.
Also that is also good.
So they work almost towards just making their family or other people around them happy, because that in a way makes them happier. Because when it comes to, I would imagine self-care is about how do you make yourself feel, look better.
Yes, continue. Okay, again, I get you now. But then what happens if those people are not around anymore? Then you won't do as much because you're doing it for them, but not for yourself. Yeah, so if these guys are no longer here, then you're gonna drop your standards, because it was not about you, but it's about making them happy. So happiness doesn't really depend on you. Yeah. It depends on you making people happy, then you can be happy, which is good. But I think for me it'd be much better if I'm doing for myself, even though in the long process, in the process they are happy. But then if they're no longer here, then I'm gonna drop, because these guys I was doing for them, they're no longer here, so I'm dropping my standards.
Yes. So I think it's fundamentally important to understand, like, when you engage in this whole process of even self-care, what is the goal? What is the purpose of it? What do you want to achieve as an individual? Do you probably even want to learn more about yourself? Do you want to understand yourself better? Because I think we all go on to different, self-care journeys. Yeah, and I think it's different for different people in a way.
So there's one thing I wanted to talk about on our next topic, right? So that one talk about figuring yourself, right? What makes you happy and all that. So I want us to talk about that on next topic. What it's gonna be, we're gonna talk about that, right? So I think which is very important. This is very important. So okay, no, I do get you. You need to find out about what are you all about?
Yes,
what is your self-care?
Yes, because for some people it's like, oh, I'm all about my work, and maybe on a weekend I just want a good glass of wine, and that for them feels like, oof. I just read a book. I read a book, and it's like, oof. For somebody, then it's something different. So I think it's those different self-care journeys that we have as individuals that are really quite important to sort of like understand before we even engage into them, actually.
But underwear is important.
Underwear is important.
Yeah, underwear is important.
I mean, the weekend is coming up now. Yeah. I need to get my nails clearly.
Me too, because back at home I was busy, as a man, is thinking of work.
Yes.
Right, so I need to get my
nails sorted. Okay.
Right? I need to make sure everything is good.
I need to
buy a new underwear.
Do I look like I need facial?
Just then, they're just two. I want
here and there. Okay.
And then talking about as many pedicure, especially. So what do you think is minimum, like every 2 weeks, every month? So what do you think is the best?
I think probably monthly. Yeah. We live in a very difficult economic state.
So you can't say. I can't say.
You can't say every week. Yeah. That'll be too much, right? Yeah. Also because I also work with my hands a lot, so I always need to. If I was doing it weekly, it would defeat the purpose. Whereas like monthly, I know once I take my hands in,
then but that's
I can feel good for a few days until I start using them again.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my wife and I think last week we went for the cleaning,
Yes.
right? So I think that's one thing also that we committed on we're gonna do every 6 weeks, every 6 months.
Is that why you're smiling so much?
Yes,
today?
man. But I want to do the whitening now,
Oh my
but the
God.
natural one.
Okay.
But it is expensive.
Okay.
You need to save.
You need to say
Yes. No, it's expensive.
yes.
So that's one thing my wife and I we say we're gonna do this year. We're gonna focus at least every 6 months we go we clean.
Okay.
Every 6 months we go we clean,
Mhm.
right? Because we realize the more you neglect, the
Mhm.
more you're gonna have to pay.
Yes, because there's more damage.
There's more damage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what we realized. Okay, no, we need to make sure by at least every 6 months. Because we did once, but we
Mhm.
gave up. I don't know what happened.
Yes.
Because I remember when she was staying in Joburg,
Mhm.
I think we went once, and we were told that you have to do at least every 6 months.
Yes.
But we
That's what, like, I think even with just like cosmetics and everything, you don't have to wait until it's damaged to repair it. You can still do it when it's not even damaged. You don't have to wait until it's damaged.
bad because the more it's damaged, the more money you have to pay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, guys, that's
Yeah.
a wrap from us at the Beachy Podcast.
And you wanna make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe.
Yes.
Uzenza zonke bonke.
As you're chilling, having your wine, watching the Beachy Podcast as part of your self-care routine.
I mean, imagine
Why not?
having a manicure or pedicure while you're busy listening to the Beachy Podcast.
Of course, why not?
Guys,
We love you that much. Bye-bye.